Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's topic understanding prompt engineering. So, before we dive into prompt engineering, at least you should have a basic idea how LLMs work. I have published two videos on my YouTube channel. One is understanding LLMs, and one is what are the types of generative AI models. If you get chance to check out how uh, large language models work. So, coming back to the topic, understanding prompt engineering. So, what is a prompt? The prompt is an set of instructions that is provided to LLMs, large language models, to get back the required output that we need. Okay, so LLMs perform various tasks based on the input instructions, which is also called as prompt, that we provide to it. So there are various use cases of prompt engineering. So one is using prompts, you can summarize your long passage, analyze data, analyze your text, analyze the grammar. You can plan your trip or plan anything, any event. You can reason, you can do reasoning, and you can do coding and generate content or find out extract the information. So whereas there are a lot of use cases of prompt engineering, so you can uh, build prompts in such a way that it caters your need. Okay, so let's look at what is prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is writing quality prompts that helps generate AI models better, better results. So we should write prompts in such a way that AI models should able to comprehend that and respond that to the task that we want it to perform. So prompt engineering is not a one time task, it's an iterative task. So you need to rewrite your prompts until you get your desired output. So it's called refining the instructions. So you have to keep on refining your instructions until you get the desired output. Okay, so the very important point. So uh, Prompt engineering is very important in communicating effectively with LLMs. Okay, and designing or crafting questions, proper prompts to get desired responses for LLMs is also called prompt engineering. Also, you need to design the prompts properly, and designing is very necessary to avoid hallucinations. Now, what is hallucinations? Hallucinations are false results that LLMs produce when you give an input prompt to the LLM. So, because of this reason, because to avoid hallucinations, you need to keep on iterate your prompts and refine your instructions until you get the desired result. Okay, so let's see how to build effective prompts. Okay, so there are six components of an effective prompt, and there are some best practices that you need to follow to write an effective prompt. So what are those six components? So one is, when you write a prompt, give the task. So tell the LLM, write the instruction, what task you want to perform, at what context, and give some examples, and give the LLM a persona. Give it a persona and mention what format it should output the result and what should be the tone of the output. Okay, so these are some of the six important concepts of writing a better prompt. So this is the order of the prompt that you need to write. So task is the most important component of the prompt engineering. So task is mandatory. You have to mention task while you write your prompt or while you give instructions to LLM. Next is exemplar. Exemplar is also important. Give an example of how you want the task to be. And then format is nice to have. So if you can give format, that is better, then you can get proper output that you desire. So the best practices to build effective prompts is be clear in your prompt instruction and uh, put it at a crisp. So what exactly you want, what specificity, mention the specificity of the task that you want to perform, and provide a relevant context, and tailoring prompts to prompts specific to AI models. For example, if you are in the chat GPT interface, you need to tailor prompts uh, that chat GPT AI model can better produce the result. When you are in Bard or Gemini, you need to write prompt in such a way that Gemini produces the output result that you desire for. So there are some uh, changes that you need to do. You need to tailor your prompts based on which LLM you are providing instructions to. Okay. So next, so a good prompt output will have a good prompt will have persona, context, tasks, and examples, and format and tone. Okay, so if you have all these six components, it will generate a good output for you. So let's see an example for sample prompt. So let's say this is your uh, prompt. So let me take this my prompt. Let me put it here, and okay. So I'm giving a prompt to Chat GPT. You are a robot trying to understand human emotions. Write a blog post explaining happiness. Okay. So here you notice that we are giving a prompt a persona. So let me come back to my other screen. Okay, so you're giving a prompt a persona. Robot is a persona, and then you're giving a context. So what is the context? Learning about human emotions. Then you're giving a task to your prompt. You're mentioning the task. What task should it do? Explain happiness in a way a robot could understand. Then format, so we are asking it to write a blog post. Then we have mentioned the tone. So human emotions, write a blog post explaining happiness. So it's informative and objective. So like it should be informative and objective from the robot's perspective. So this is the components of a prompt that you need to structure to get proper output results. So here you can see it has chat gpt has structured your output. It has given the title, decoding happiness, a robot's quest to understand human emotions, then all these paragraphs output. Okay, so next let's see another sample prompt. So write a funny email to my friend about a recent awkward encounter at a grocery store. Okay, so here, uh, let me take this prompt and put it here in ChatGPT and enter. So notice it's generating me an email subject, hey, friend's name, all this body, and signature at the end. So it has generated the output in email format. So same thing you can try in Gemini as well. Okay, here you can see we have um, we have output based on the prompt that we have provided to the LLM. So next, one more important point is we need to tailor our prompts specific to the AI models. For example, if we are writing our prompt in GPT or Gemini, we need to tailor our prompt little bit uh, according to the LLM that we are working with. So let's say for chat GPT, like why is it? So why is it that we have to do? So chat GPT, I mean GPT 3.5, it excels at creative text formats. Okay, and it summarizes factual topics, and also it focuses on clear instructions and desired outcomes. So when you see GPT 3.5 generative pre-trained transformer, so it has excelled at creative text formats and summarizing factual topics. It can summarize factual topics, and also when you give a focus on clear instructions and desired outcome, it will generate proper output for you. So for GPT 3.5, you need to tailor your prompt according to GPT. And when it comes to Gemini, so Gemini has certain extra capabilities, like it leverages web search for factual updates. So when it comes to GPT 3.5, it has been trained on vast amounts of internet data, and the data that it has was till 2021. Okay, so you can check. um, you can ask what is the most recent trained till now. Okay, I'm writing this. Okay, so uh, okay, so it has been updated till January 22. Okay, so GPT 3.5 is being trained till January 2022. So whatever prompt that you write, it will give you results uh, up until the information which GPT has till January 2022. Anything that happen, any factual results that happen after January 2022 till 2024 today, it may not generate that result. But when it comes to Gemini, when it comes to Gemini, uh, it leverages web search for factual updates, and it incorporates additional context based on your prompt. Okay, and it more focuses on prompting for insights and analysis alongside content generation. So there's a different way Gemini is uh, looks at uh, you know the prompts. So that's why it is very important to understand how each different types of LLM works. Like for example, how GPT 3.5 transformer pretend works, and we need to also understand how Gemini works, how what is the background architecture of Gemini. Okay, so let's see some of the examples that we can execute in Chat GPT and as well as in Gemini. So let's see, we need to generate a code, generate a Python function that calculates the area of a triangle. Okay, so let me take this prompt and put it in Chat GPT. So it gives me the code to calculate area of triangle. So when it comes to Gemini, it can do little more. For example, we are saying generate a well documented Python function uh, with unit tests. So let me first run this statement in Gemini without any modifications. Okay, so here is the function, here is the Python function that calculates area of triangle using the base and height. Okay, so it has uh, so here you can see it has searched the online resource GitHub, um, someone's repository. Okay, so let me come back and write this prompt: generate a well documented Python functions with unit tests that calculates area of triangle considering different input formats, base and height and side lengths. So let me put this in Gemini. So let's give it a time to think. Okay, so here is the program that calculates area of triangle. So it has documented well, gives the full documentation. The code defines function type. Okay, so here you can see it has just given a program with well documentation and base and height and side length. So it considered all these input formats. Okay, so we can uh, test this out, we can copy and test this out in Python. Okay, so next let's see another sample text summarizing sample prompt for summarizing text. Okay, so let's see, summarize the main points of this Wikipedia article. So we have a Wikipedia article, so we are asking Chat GPT to summarize the main points of this article. So here you can see it has summarized all the main points of this article. Okay, so when you give, when you want the same task to be done in Gemini, you need to give more. You can give more details, like you can say summarize the main points of this Wikipedia article. Additionally, highlight the key scientific contributions of Albert Einstein and their impact on modern physics. So you are generating summary of the points mentioned in this article, and additionally you're asking what are the key contributions and its impact in modern physics. Okay, here you can see the provided Wikipedia article is about Albert Einstein, a renowned physicist who significantly impacted our understanding of physics through his groundbreaking. Okay, Einstein explanation of photoelectric effect. So this is how it generates output. So the basic idea is we need to tailor our prompt based on the LLM that we are working on. So let's look at another example. What is the capital of France? So when you give this input to OpenAI, it gives Paris. And when you give it same thing to Gemini, it gives the same result. And you can see it gives some extra text. It's a major European city and global center for art, fashion, and culture. So we just asked for capital of France, but it has given more information. That is actually good. Um, but since we want to tailor our prompt based on of Gemini, so we can say give me additional information. So why we are able to ask additional information? Because Gemini, it can search over the web. Okay, so capital of France is Paris. Then it gives all this text. So based on what we have asked for the additional information. Okay, so next, let's look at one more example, that is data analysis. So let's see in the ChatGPT 3.5, we are asking ChatGPT to analyze the trends in dataset customer purchases. So right now there is no dataset. So in GPT 4, you can upload your dataset and ask this question, then it will uh, give you the results. Okay, so next, when it comes to Gemini, we can ask analyze the trends in the dataset of customer purchases, identify the top selling product, and suggest potential reasons for their popularity, and correlate purchase data with customer demographic for marketing strategies. So here you can see, since Gemini is connected to web, so we are asking extra information from Gemini to generate for us, so that we can identify the potential reasons of the popularity of top selling products. Okay, here you can see it has generated the output. So here you can see you have a Google button. You can double check your response. You can just click here and double check your response. Okay, so next we have basic prompt engineering techniques. So what are these prompt engineering techniques? So one is a zero shot, next one is one shot, then few shot, and another one is chain of thought prompting. Okay, so chain of thought prompting is the advanced technique that is used to iteratively uh, find out a solution to the problem. So let's see what is zero shot prompting. So zero shot prompting is like, you are efficient with no so it has like efficiency with no extra data. That means uh, this involves giving a natural language prompt to generate desired outputs without additional training data. So for example, here you can see example prompt. So you can say provide a summary of the following passage. So you can take a uh, passage from online, uh, generative AI. So take one passage. Okay, take this sample passage and go to chat GPT and say provide a summary of the fun. So we are not asking anything to LLM to provide data from it. We are giving it an input passage. So we can give it like this. Then it will provide the summary of whatever text that we have given to it. So it's not generating something that it has been trained on. It's generating based on the text that we provide, the passage that we provide. So it's generating a summary of this passage. Okay, so you can tailor it from, you can refine it further to ask it to generate in bullet points, uh, and you can say write in this for the specific sentences, so on and so forth. Okay, so next we'll look at one shot prompting. So one shot prompting, so it's like um, a simple example. We'll give a simple example to our prompt. um, so we'll introduce one example in our prompt instruction. So let me go to ChatGPT and give this input prompt. Mm, okay, so I'll copy this input prompt and I'll give one example. So in one short prompt you need to give an example. So let me take this as an example. So I'm taking this paragraph as an example. Okay, so now it will write me a marketing copy of workout fuel protein shakes in punchy words and using this as an example. Okay, so here you can see it has given the output for one shot prompting. So next we have two few shot prompting. So next we have few shot prompting. So in few shot prompting we need to give uh, a bunch of example, 2 3 examples before asking models to create new ones. So like we have to give provide a handful examples to establish the pattern or style for the model to replicate. So it will replicate the pattern or style that we give as an example. So not just one, we give 2 to 3 examples for few short prompting technique. Okay, so okay, let's look at few short prompting example from ChatGPT. So let me give this input prompt: generate meeting summaries. So example one I'm getting giving is the main points discussed. Example 2 I'm mentioning what are the action items and are there any blockers, then summary. Okay, so when I mention all these examples, it will take this style and generate the output in this format. Okay, so I can just take this template and add it whatever we discussed in the meeting summaries. So here's how few shot prompting works. So you can use few shot prompting for various use cases. So you can think of what are the use cases that you have. So next we have advanced prompt engineering technique called chain of thought prompting. Okay, so chain of thought prompting, it uh, breaks down bigger tasks into multiple sections. So it's also a few shot prompting technique that has chain of examples in the prompt. So using that chain of example, it improves the end result. So let's look at some of the examples of chain of thought prompting. So let me go to ChatGPT and type this input prompt. So my prompt is uh, reflect on a time when you faced a challenging situation at work. So this is my starting of the prompt. Then I'm uh, giving a multiple of chains to my prompt. So describe the situation, the actions that you took to address it, and the outcome. Then consider how this experience influenced your approach to similar situations in future. Reflect on any lessons learned on strategies developed as a result of this experience. Finally, think about how you might apply these insights to current or future challenges you encounter in your personal life. So, it's an example of chain of thought prompting. So, we are giving a chain of thoughts in the prompting. So, let me run it, and it breaks down each of these tasks and generates the output, and finally it gives me a summary. So moving forward, I will apply these insights to approach future challenges with confidence and resilience. Prioritize collaboration, transparency, and proactive communication, so on and so forth. So here is how chain of thought prompt engineering works. So you can use chain of thought prompting for various use cases. You can think of what are the use cases that you have. So try implementing those use cases using chain of thought prompting techniques, so you can uh, solve bigger tasks using chain of thought prompting techniques. So there are additional advanced techniques that we have, so we'll look at in another video. So I hope you liked whatever I have explained. So do let me know in comments what are the prompting techniques that you're using, and let me know how this video helped you understanding in prompt engineering basics. We will look at advanced techniques as well. So until then, take care. Bye bye.